So I'm going through a little bit of work here. What I'm doing is, after the accident happened, everything kind of got pushed a little bit that way and this way. Okay, so my gap for my my headlights is off a little. So let's just say, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna kind of put that there, just like that, kind of rough. For right the second, it's not on all the way, so you'll see kind of an edge, but you'll see there's just too much gap on each side, and it's because of this pivot is sitting too far back, because when I hit, it pushed this fender out some and caused it to, now have this gap there. So what I'm going to actually do is remove this fender off of here. I've already taken out the bolts, and there's 3 bolts or 2 bolts that I saw, might be a third one, inside back there that you have to remove. I'm going to lift this off, then I'm going to see if I have a line or something there where I see an impact, bang it back in. Hopefully that'll be closed, that'll close the gap up, and we'll go from there. All right, one sec. Okay, so that came off really nice and easy. So now I'm gonna bang this portion in some gently to see where it leaves this gap. Move that out the way, of course, so that it matches back up to the way it was before. I can already see just some articulation or some movement, not articulation, but a bend there that occurred, which could more than likely have caused the extra gap. So I'm going to use a hammer, heat it up maybe with a little bit of a heat gun. Use a hammer, pull it back in, see what we got. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell yet. I'm going to put everything back together, but that went in very nicely. Now my gap between right here is much smaller, which is going to cause the line to cause everything to line up better. I just, took a hammer, hit that a few times, because I noticed that also here had a bulge out like that, so I knocked it back in. It doesn't have to be perfect for this part right here. This looks like some glue or something. But before I go further, there's something else that I have to do. So when I took on the hit, I'm going to move this, give me just one second. I'm going to move this light to help me out a little bit. When I took the hit from this side, it pushed everything this way and exploded something. So let me see if I can get a picture of this. Hold on one second. So right in here, and this is maybe if you don't have a headlight that will go up or down, it's because, number one, this piece right here isn't sitting far enough down or far enough this way to go in between this piece right here and this move over, okay? Why that happens is because if you look just up here, right back there, there has to be, oh, come on, let's focus. There has to be space to pull this back. There's a plastic piece that goes in there that basically exploded. I found pieces all further down everywhere. Now you see all this junk right here. This is me trying to figure out what the problem is. I'm going to come back and bend this up and make it look better, but again, this is not going to be perfect again. But the piece that I'm referencing, it's a plastic piece, or I'm talking about here, actually is right here, okay? So that goes right in between. If you come off this pivot and it goes into this piece here, I'm trying to get a picture of it, gosh, it's hard, and it goes into here, okay? But this should be sitting inside of this piece to give it some push this way. That'll keep this bar in between these two pieces right here, so that when you turn your lever here, or when you hit the pop-up lights, it'll all move forward and eventually out back in again, okay? So this is actually from my other side. My other side has a busted pivot on the outside, which I'm going to try to get a part for, or I'm waiting on. And once I do, I'm also going to order one of these and fix the other side. I just want to get my gaps back right, so I'm going to take this apart now. And hopefully I got the screen right the right way. But yeah, so we're going to see what happens. Alright, so this is just with this piece back together now. I still got a little bit of a gap here, but you can see it looks much better. This side was way out wider, and now it's not anymore. Now it's more flush. I still got a little bit of gap here. I'm going to work with my neck mechanisms in here to get that straight. But yeah, you can see it's much better. And then also, if you look, these forks here are catching on this bar now because the spacer is mounted in there properly. I'm not gonna make you guys dizzy by going all the way down, but yeah, I mean, I got a little work left to do, but the light is looking better. You know, the gaps in between, I got a little bit more work to do, but that's that. So yep, that's just getting the light, this popping back up again, because that bar now is sitting far enough over where those two pieces can now move, can be articulated or moved when the motor is running. So again, I can kind of show you. I have the top off of the mechanical override, so let's see if I can get that going. I may or may not, because I don't have the other side actually done right now. Let's see. I think I gotta go this way. Sorry, going the wrong way. Yeah, maybe not right now because of that piece. Sorry, 1 second. The other side I don't have connected, so it was actually catching right down here. I just need to flip it up here, kind of pull it onto something so it doesn't catch. And that way, as I move this and this moves, it shouldn't restrict the light anymore. And hopefully eventually we'll see something happen. Yep, there we go. Really slowly but surely, that light is now popping up as I turn this, and it's working correctly. Come on, get there already. As you can see, with it's moving it. It's just the manual way of doing it is very, very slow. So yep, it's getting a little harder right around here. I think it's because I got some tolerances, or it's just like, I think it's just the process of doing it manually. Oh wait, no, because see, there I go again, because I got stuck because of this piece touching that, which it just gets in the way a lot of times. But anyway, you get the gist. It's just that I don't have anything. I don't have this one set up right now because I took the spacer out of this one and put over there. Plus, I need the pivot. But yeah, you can see it will go all the way up. Let's see if I move this out the way. And I gotta move this piece back in. Had some metal piece there. It was a pretty bad accident. So it was a ditch, but it turned out to be pretty damaging. So as I continue to move this thing, you see the light is still popping up, and it will, as long as I'm not touching anything over there, continue to come all the way up. Boom. So yep, that's one light. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful if you're having some light issues. And I don't have the cover piece, which is actually back here, but in case you're having some issues, it's cover piece, in case you're having some issues with your pop-up lights, that will definitely help you. Remember, if you want to work on it, your manual override without having to use the motor is right here. Usually has a boot over it, a little cover. Where's it at? I think this is it right here. This thing. You can just pop that off, and that's how you can work on your lights also. So, thanks for watching, guys.